Hey, yeah, we're here doing Garfield Talk. I don't know a lot about Garfield. This is Gardevoir, here mainly because of the Gar at the beginning of the name. Um, yeah, Garfield's a comic. They made it into a TV show, a movie. I want to say Jason Lee was the live action guy. I don't know. I don't want to get into it. I just want to talk shit about Garfield. I was thinking about him the other day. I don't like him. I think he's mean. I think he gets a pass because he's a cat. People are like, you gotta like pets. I like pets. I don't have any right now, but like, Garfield's a fucking asshole. Okay, it's weird. Normal, I don't like normal either, and I feel like it's because Garfield got me to think that way. Because like watching the show, normal's like that friend. Not even no, you can't be. I don't know. It is your friend that you don't like. Like it's your friend that you don't like. But yeah, normal's. I don't know. Normal's like Ned Flanders or something, where you're just like you're such a do-gooder that it makes me not like you, and I question the sincerity of the things that you do. I like Odie. Odie's cool. He can't talk the way Normal and Garfield can, but like I was talking the other day about Odie had a. The only thing I really remember him doing is when he was told by Garfield to stay in one place, and then Garfield left to like I don't know eat lasagna or something, and then Odie went on this whole journey like around planet Earth. Like he was probably on a ship. He might have been flying at one point, and he came back, and he was like one step away from where he was, and Garfield got on him because he moved. And it's like I don't know if Garfield remembered exactly where he was standing anyway, or if that matters. That's just like picking into the minutia of it for no reason because I can't think of anything. Anyway, there's a lot of people that like I don't know who's gonna watch this, but like there's a lot of people that I've met once in LA and they're gonna see this and be like, yeah, I bet this guy like fucks dolls. It's like, no. This thing doesn't even have holes in it. I'm not gonna show you, but it's like I don't know what it's for. I don't know what it's for. It's got a face and then like nothing. It's got bloody pants on right now that you can't see, but they're cool. Those are mine. There's a fun girl on her shirt. I don't know. Yeah, so there's a lot of people that are probably like, I don't know, I could see this guy fucking dolls or something. Like, I don't know how I come across to people. People think I'm strange. Whatever. But no, I don't think I've ever done that. I don't think I've ever had sex with an object. I haven't. I don't think. If I have, I don't remember. But either way, that's not what this is about. This is Garfield Talk. I'm John. This is Gardevoir. Oh yeah, the other thing I want to know about Garfield: will he eat non-lasagna food? Like, we all know that Garfield loves lasagna, but will he eat like fish? I'm sure it's been addressed where like they were out of lasagna. They're like Garfield, you have to eat either cat food. I get him not wanting to eat cat food. I don't think cats like cat food, but they're just like if I don't eat it, I'll starve to death. But I could see Garfield like eating a fish and then it just being like the skeleton afterwards. Again, I can't confirm if he's done that or not, but I don't know. That's just what I don't like about. Where it's like I don't like that he promotes gluttony in like a not in the religious sense, just like you're kind of like I bet you he's so mean because he hates himself. Like I used to be huge. Like I'm still pretty big. Like I'm chubby, but I used to be like 265 pounds, and you'd be like, why don't people like me? It's like because you're just gross. Everything about you's gross, and then you eventually figure that out. You're like, especially like with romance stuff, where it's like, you're like why you're like any I don't know. It gets weird. You're like why would anybody like me? And then you're like I like them. They don't like me. And then you're like, why don't they like me? And it's like, because you're a fucking fat tub of lard. Like, you're overly obsessed with that, et cetera, et cetera. And I lost like 120. I weighed like 140 pounds at one point. I never have thought of myself as somebody with an eating disorder, but I was thinking about that today. And I was like, there had to be something crazy to that where it's like I'm like 5'11". I went from like 5'11", 260 to like 5'11", 140. So I must have been weak as shit too at the time. That sucks. I feel pretty good now. I'm like 213 pounds. I wear like a medium or a large. I think this is a medium. It's a little tight, but you know what? We're all about body positivity here. Not really. I think getting into shape and taking care of yourself is a good thing, so that you don't die young. Anyway, I love drinking. I bet Garfield would be an alcoholic if he was like if he ever tried it. He'd be like lasagna and beer. He would be a beer cat because he's fat. I know beer doesn't make you that fat anymore, but people drink a lot of. I don't like beer. I like beer. I like everything, but I don't drink it like all the time. I'll get it like every now and then. I feel like it gets me drunker than liquor for some reason. I can't explain that because I'm also one of those people where I'm like, mixing drinks doesn't do shit. Like it's whatever. It's just however much alcohol you drink. Which there's some truth to that, but then I finally looked it up and it's like there is some truth to like it's different types of sugar or whatever. So I don't think it's the alcohol though. It's just like I don't know, your body gets all freaked out or something. But I promise, if you want to get over that, you can power through and learn to just like have that not be an issue. But enough about me. More about Garfield. Oh, we're out of focus now. There we go. Garfield Talk. I made that sign. This is a professional show. I think there's something in the frame there that probably shouldn't be. That's voting materials. Garfield. I don't know who Garfield would vote for. I think he would actually. I don't want to say why, but I think he would vote Democrat. Like, just like. Actually, no, I don't know, because he's one of those people that would be all pissed off if they banned soda. Well, again, I don't know if he drinks soda. I don't know if it's all lasagna or what. Anyway. Garfield's a fucking asshole. Odie's cool. I would hang out with Odie. Garfield, I would hang out with, like, if Garfield were a person, he would definitely be the guy at a bar where, like, somebody's like, hey, can you sit between me and him? He's, like, freaking me out. I don't even know, because then I'm like, Garfield wouldn't go to a bar. He would just be at home all day. Like, I think he'd be at home all day, like, jerking off and eating. But, I can't confirm that. If Garfield were a person, would he be a ginger? He might have, he might be, he could have, like, brown hair and then tan a lot. Oh, he could be, like, I don't remember his name, but that old guy that had super tan skin. He didn't have brown hair, but he had kind of orangish skin. And he was, like, rich or something. I'm not talking about the president. I'm like, it's some socialite guy. I don't know. John in that show is a loser. I had it pointed out to me the other day that they're, like, I don't think this is true. This is one of those things where people read too much into something, and then you're like, why would it be that? Like, no, I don't think they put that level of thought into this. It's a comic book about a fat cat. It's not, because they're like, John lets Garfield eat poorly so that he has to go to the vet all the time so that John can, like, talk to the vet or whatever because it's some chick that he's into. Even though I feel like every time he went on a date on that show or in the comic or whatever, I mainly lost the show. Like, I read comics in the morning for a while, or funnies, whatever you want to call them. But, like, I don't know. Like, at a certain point, you're like, Family Circus sucks. Doonesbury sucks. Doonesbury sucks. That show, it was, like, so wordy and stuff. And people were like, it's like Gen Z, or not Gen Z, like Gen X and shit. No, it's just some fucking asshole that, like, probably lived in Berkeley or whatever, just, like, being, I'm better than you. And he had, like, a shitty haircut. But, I don't know. Like, 'cause I was ever in an area where, like, Calvin and Hobbes ran. I don't even know if I was alive when that ran. I don't know why they wouldn't just keep running it. Because that one's good. It didn't even always have to be funny. It'd just be like, I'm going to be all introspective one day. But then, yeah. Oh, the Far Side was funny. Cow tools. But, yeah. Garfield. No, I'm not back on that yet. I want to talk about some of those Sunday comics. Not even Sunday, just every day of the week. Sundays because they're colored or whatever, like colored inks. They were so bad. Like, stuff, like, the crap that people post for free on the internet is oftentimes better, and even that stuff is, like, dog shit tier, like, humor, where I don't know what they're aiming for. It's just like, it used to be like, I don't know, even Garfield, that was never that funny. I don't know why it had such a big following. Same with Peanuts. Honestly, you can get mad at me, but I'm like, Peanuts was never that funny. I know it didn't try to be funny all the time, but it was like, I don't know. All those I'm such a hypocrite because I love stuff about, like, losers. Like, I feel very, like, that's what I want to capture with, like, whatever I do, where it's just like, you're like a loser trying not to be a loser. Because I feel like Charlie Brown never really tried to not be a loser. He was just like, why is Lucy so mean to me? And then that one girl kind of liked him, but then everybody was like, she's a lesbian. And I'm like, well, was she, or was she just kind of like, I don't know. I don't know that she was. I know that in reality she would have been, but, like, I'm pretty sure she was into Charlie. Or was Linus's, no. Lucy is Linus's sister. And then, oh yeah, Charlie Brown's sister Sally was into Linus, I think, or the piano guy. One of them would always call somebody their boo. But yeah, somebody, and then, that one girl called that one girl sir. She might have been. I don't know. I don't care. Like, I love when people like whatever weird like specific media thing where it's like, oh yeah, like the thing even with Garfield where they're like Garfield's actually been dead for years or something, or like John's dead and like he's home alone in the house like dying slowly and just hallucinating all this. I'm like, I don't think Jim Davis started this and be like, yeah, that's like the premise. That's the secret premise that I'm never going to reveal to anybody, and that's just it. Like, you're going to be like, no, this is what it's about. Unless it was like, oh, are there still new Garfields? Is Jim Davis alive? I don't even know. But if they ended Garfield just by saying like that's true, where it's like Garfield's like in a Jacob's Ladder scenario, that would be great. I wouldn't be mad that I'm wrong. I freak out. That'd be funny. I go out. I'm like, I'm so fucking mad that they ended Garfield that way. That made me look like a fool. You made Jim Davis. Watch out. If you're alive, no, you're good. I don't even know what he looks like. I feel like I know what Charles Schultz looks like. That's probably, if it's still running, he's probably like, when Peanuts ended, Charles Schultz died the next day. He's probably like, if I ever stop writing these comics, I'm going to die. Anyway, we got Gardevoir here. We're doing Garfield Talk. There's no commercials because I did this. I don't know why I'm doing this. I just wanted to do something. But yeah, I don't know. Stuff like this. I miss doing stuff like this. We're like, it's kind of, I don't want to say Kaufman-esque. I hate it when people try to be like Andy Kaufman. There will never be another Andy Kaufman. But I like stuff that's weird just for the sake of being weird. Like, I don't even want to say anything because everybody knows what it is. And then you don't want to like, I don't know. I don't want to call anybody out on that because I feel like they know that they're doing it and that's good. So whatever. But yeah, Garfield. I want to get more back on Garfield. I'm sorry. I feel like I had more notes about Garfield. I used to use this thing in auditions, like self-tapes. I thought it would freak out the casting directors and stuff, and that maybe they would just think it's funny, be like, oh, let's see that guy. I think I probably actually just freaked them out. They're like, what the hell's wrong with this guy? I don't know. Isn't that fun, though? Like, we don't have enough crazy, like, artist people. And I'm not calling myself an artist, but, like, I like when you meet somebody and you're like, oh, you're like fucked up. You're like gonna like you're gonna like die of a heroin overdose or some shit. Like that's how talented you are. I don't meet many people like that anymore. There's a few people off the top of my head where I'm like, I think that you're legitimately talented. I'm not gonna shout them out right now because I'm not gonna kiss their ass. They know who they are. But yeah, there's not that many people where you're like, yeah, I'm like, you need to do this. You have to do this. Like I need you to create or whatever. But some when you see him, you're like, oh, I wish. No, I don't want to say that either because that's lame. I was going to say I wish I could like hitch my wagon to this, but that's lame. Like, don't do that. You're weird if you do that. Then again, I don't know. The weird people in real life have been talking about this all the time where I'm so sick of the people in LA or just wherever where they're like, yeah, I'm the next big thing. I'm the next big thing. And then 6-7 months later, still, yeah, I'm the next big thing. You'll see. And like sometimes, I don't know. I get it if they're like, you know, chipping away or like making steps and they still just happen to be in like whatever circle I'm in. But for the most part, these people have probably been saying that for like 10 plus years. And you're just like, I don't know, what's wrong with you? Like, I don't even want to get too specific with this. Just like people where it's like, hey, I don't think any of this is for you. Like whatever it may be. I'm not even talking about like acting stuff, like Hollywood, like whatever it is. Like if you're, I don't know, if you suck at your job, you should probably learn to realize it and like move on. I don't think enough people think that. I don't know what this is. This is Garfield Talk, and we're talking about this stuff, but this is the type of thing I want to do, so I'm doing it. And you can go fuck yourself, even if you like it. No, I'm just kidding. If you're watching this and you're this far in, you probably hate yourself a little bit. And if, yeah, there's a band called I Hate Myself, you might be into them if you're a very emotional person. I don't think I'm emotional. I had to learn to be emotional. Like, I would do like, I don't know. I would do like I think everything sounds funnier if you're just like, yeah, that was crazy. Oh my God. You're like unaffected. And I'm like, no, that sucks. Somebody wants to see that. But I do like, especially with voice stuff where it's like, I'll hear these recordings of like what they want it to sound like. And it's like, wow, I can't believe that you showed up today. I'm so excited that you're here. And you're like, is this supposed to sound realistic, or like, are we like making fun of? That's like an alien. If an alien heard a person and they're like, this is what people sound like, or whenever I try to do like an accent of another country, they're like, I'm like, I'm nailing it, and they're like, no, you're not, like, at all. I don't know why you think you are. I'm like, no, I'm nailing it. Should I try one? I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know. I don't do accents. There's people who love to do accents, and great for them. I'm like, I don't know. That, to me, that's like prop comedy, where it's like, if you're into, I don't know. I don't have thoughts about Carrot Top. I heard something recently where he's like doing super well, so like people give him a hard time, but like, yeah, he's like, I don't know. Doesn't he work all the time? But I've never seen his act. I don't know. Good for him. Yeah, but like, I don't know. I don't know what genuinity, genuinity. Like, I don't know what the act of being genuine is from other people anymore. Where it's like, is this you, or is this because you want something? And I'm like, I'm so fucking immature. I'm like, yeah, I just found out that like if you're nice to people, they like you. And you're like, you didn't learn that, and like even 5th grade feels old. Like you learn that like 1st grade, and it's like, no, I kind of just thought you were like born a certain way, and then that just is what you are. Which I guess in some cases is true, but like there's so many people you meet, and they're just like the most unlikable motherfucker ever. And then you talk to them for a little bit, and you're like, I see why. Like, I don't know. There's something. It's not even a personality disorder. Like everybody loves. Everybody has something. Like everybody you talk to, it'll be like everybody thinks they have fucking autism now. And I'm like, I'm sorry if that offends you, but I'm like, most of you who think you do probably don't. I don't think I do. Some people definitely think I do, but I don't think I do. But the people that are just like, yeah, sorry, I'm an asshole. I have like autism or whatever. I don't mean to shit on autism specifically, like anything. Like I have autism. I have like, I don't know, whatever. I don't want to say specific things 'cause people might get upset, which is also annoying. Like if you're gonna get upset because I mentioned something that happens to involve you, I'm not talking about you. I'm just mentioning the thing that happens to be something adjacent to you. Can't move too far away from the mic. Yeah, I was real stoked about this mic. It's a cheap mic, but it works real good. I hope it sounds good right now. I didn't really do a check. But yeah, anyway, this is Garfield Talk. We're here with Gardevoir in her Hesitation Wounds shirt. I think that's a band. I'm not sure why I have it if I don't know what it is, but what are you going to do? It's a cool shirt. I like it. Look at me. She's happy. I think I'm happy. That sounds so morbid, but I'm like, yeah, I think I'm happy. Like, you know when you go somewhere and people are like, how are you? And you're like, good. And you're like, I'm like, I want to be more like how I actually, where I'm like, but I don't know, you get annoying though, because it's like, I'm pretty good. And they're like, oh, well, I don't want to talk about whatever the part that isn't pretty good is. It's like, what are you fucking, I don't know. Do you want to like infect me with your bad day? That is fun. Like, I don't know the difference at all of like when people want to hear stuff versus when they're like annoyed and think they have to. I think I do. I have a lot of like weird stuff happen to me, so I think it's entertaining for people. And like, there's some people where I wasn't sure if there was any sincerity for it, and then I'm pretty sure there is, but you never know. Where it's like, are they just sick of hearing this shit or like whatever? I don't know. I hope it's interesting, but like, it's annoying on the other end when somebody's like you're like, how you doing? And they're like, it's been a day, man. And you're like, oh, I don't want to talk to you about this. Like maybe that's mean. Like maybe I'm a piece of shit for not wanting to, but I'm like, oh, I don't want to. It's always somebody you barely know, and you're like, oh, I don't want to like dwell on your crap with you. Oh, I feel like every time I've done that, people are like, I had something like very similar happen to me. I'm like, oh, okay, we can like not chill over this. We can like bond over this. I don't know why I said chill. Yeah, man, let's fucking chill over our shared love of meat. But like, yeah, I don't know, just making people have like fucking Garfield, okay? If Garfield was sociable, I'm not gonna overly dissect Garfield now, but like if Garfield was social, nobody would invite him to anything. If they're like, okay, we invited Garfield, they're gonna be like, why did you invite Garfield? Like Garfield, he's such a downer. Like he brings the whole room down. I don't want him to be here. Like, why did you invite Garfield? Yeah, just like he would be that dude. Like, oh, Michelle doesn't like me or whatever. And you're like, yeah, dude, because you're fucking like pushing 275, you don't work out, you don't have an interesting job, like you mainly have negative things to say about everything anybody brings up, and like you're just not pleasant to be around. And even when people like say positive things about you, you turn it into a negative. Is Garfield conceited? Because now I'm thinking like, does Garfield himself think he's cool? That's what I was trying to get at earlier, where it's like, would he, does he have high self-esteem, or is he just like, I'm comfortable being like a piece of shit? I don't know. Odie, no, I don't want, yeah, Odie's a dog. Garfield's like, I know he's not supernatural, but like, can he communicate with John? It feels like he can, but I'm not sure because his mouth never moves. So I'm not sure if it's like his inner monologue or not. I feel like the Bill Murray Garfield's mouth moved though, but that might also be wrong. And for some reason, I think that wait, is Breckin Meyer in Garfield and then Jason Lee is in Alvin and the Chipmunks? That might be it. Because I can't remember. There's like a commercial where somebody's going like Garfield, but I can't remember which actor it is. But I'm pretty sure Jennifer Love Hewitt's in one of the movies. Yeah, Garfield at a party. Garfield, he'd be one of those people where it's like he would complain about work every day, and then you would hear the story and be like, that was something caused by you that you could have avoided, probably. And like, oh my god, but it would be like Normal would be the one that's like, oh no, he needs to stay, like let's let him stay. And it's like, Normal, he's bringing down everybody, like he doesn't contribute. Frankly, he like smells, I don't know, like he's like weird. You're like that guy. You'd be like, Garfield's creepy. I think Garfield would be creepy. He'd be like he'd be one of those people where like you hear, I can't even like you'll hear these stories about people where like, it's basically like I'll meet guys that I know are like huge fucking dorks, and I'm like, I still am a huge dork, but I'm like, I used to not know how to like deal with it, and then you'll be like sort of sympathetic to them for a little bit, but then they'll tell you basically that like they were creeping on a girl at work, and you're like, dude, you gotta like pump the brakes, but like all that, like, and there's always some stories like, yeah, I got written up because like I asked a girl out who, like, you hear the story and you're like clearly not interested, and they're like, you're like, you gotta do some you gotta look at yourself a little bit and be like, is she gonna go for this? Probably not. But what's I mean? I don't know. You know what? Get realistic, people. Some of you are fucking disgusting, and that's just the way it is. So sorry, but yeah, it is funny. And then you just kind of immediately lose sympathy for them at that point, where you're just like, yeah, you kind of like, you can unlearn that behavior, I think, but you kind of dug your own grave there a little bit, buddy. Bucko. People say bucko. Bucko. Necco wafer. Anyway, Gardevoir here. John here. This is Garfield Talk. I'm struggling to find things to think about involving Garfield, but I don't know, like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. This is like, people are gonna think I lost my mind or something, but like, I'm not actually gonna do a Garfield talk show. I'm probably gonna say that, and then I'm gonna do this like 20 more times or something, just to like be weird. I was thinking it'd be fun to like look at episode descriptions and just guess what they're about without actually watching them, like an anti-watch show, where it's just like, what do you think Garfield would have done in this situation, or just maybe I could like combine it. Like I watch another show, and then I go like, what would Garfield have done? I don't know if that'd be funny though, because I don't think Garfield's very funny. I think he's just like, what does he do? He just like, oh hey Odie, like, hey John, like you struck out again today with another girl, because you're like, what is John's job? He's kind of weird looking too, and John dresses like crap. Like he wears like a crew neck. I know he was like probably made in the 90s or something, but like he wears that crew neck sweater that just makes it makes him look like he has a lot of stories about church, and not ones where it's like, I used to go to church and like crazy shit happened. Just like, yeah, at church the other day, like Mary said that Steven was like, he got a promotion, and you're like, who cares about this? Like, it was so boring. It's like talking about John would definitely, he'd be like, oh, the traffic today was so bad. It was crazy how backed up everything was. I can't believe that it was that bad. Like, John, I know it's been a while, and like we're all buddies or whatever, but like I don't want to talk about the traffic with you. It's not interesting. Unless you saw like a police chase or a car accident. Like one time recently here in LA, the weather was for once where I was like, that was fucking crazy. Like what that was. It was like, I don't know. I'm not gonna get into it, but it was fucking nuts. Anyway, I guess we better wrap it up now. This has been Garfield Talk. I don't know if Gardevoir will always be here, but thank you, Gardevoir, for coming today. You're a great guest. I think everybody loves you. You look great. Kind of dressed down a little bit, but you look great anyway. Like we all, oh, you're blushing, but yeah. Yeah, let's sign off on this, and you all have a great a Garfield day.